He's seen as a success today, he's not afraid to let the public know about the pitfalls of the recording business and the many ways in which it's all an illusion that is kept shrouded from the public.
Everybody's your brother while they can use you. Everybody.
This is the interview I was talking about.
Everybody is your brother while they can use you.
It's your boy Luis, and this is how T-Pain exposed the music industry.
T-Pain is back and he's exposed the music industry for what it truly is. We're gonna dive deep into it right now and understand what T-Pain has to say.
Innovators in any field are sometimes hated in their own time, and one man who knows all about that is T-Pain. Breaking out of Tallahassee with an unheard of auto-tune sound, it took no time before he had an undeniable presence in the game.
You know, back then, man, they called me Music Out There Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I was the music Jesus, man. You want to get saved? Come to the church of T-Pain.
And that's facts because broski, when you actually look at it, this guy was literally saving careers or jump-starting careers as well. There's a bunch of artists that can testify that, look, when this guy gave them a hook, it was guaranteed to be a smash hit. Do you know what I mean? Someone like DJ Khaled, for example, is an example where I remember this guy was having an interview and then he was talking about how like there's industry people that when you're popping and when you're doing favors for them and making them, you know, into whoever they are, they're going to call you brother. They're going to say, you know what, you done this for me, I appreciate you, so on and so forth. All of a sudden, when you now drop off, they go from calling you brother into not picking up your calls. And unfortunately, that's the industry that we have. You know, it's the entertainment game, and unfortunately, that's just real life as well. Let's be real. So T-Pain, man, big up to him. He's the GOAT, and we need to support him at all costs.
And I'll slam you a hook on there and I'll make sure you're good for at least 3 more years. You'll be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Once seen as a man who was destroying music, T-Pain has survived everything from being universally despised by other artists all the way through to bankruptcy and lived to tell the tale.
Usher was my friend. He was like, nah, man, you really fucked up music for real singers. Literally at that point, I couldn't listen.
And while he may be
And bro, imagine your friend saying that. Imagine your friend saying that your version of art has literally destroyed music. Like what? And the thing is, T-Pain can actually sing. He is a real singer. So what do you mean? So I can only imagine in his head, he's thinking, yo, like he's basically saying that I've effed this entire game up. Like there's no hope for anyone, etc. Especially when you're so passionate about the music and you care, bro. You're going to be taking those type of comments to heart, bro. I don't think Usher should have said that. That is a wrong one, bro. It's a wrong one.
He's seen as a success today, he's not afraid to let the public know about the pitfalls of the recording business and the many ways in which it's all an illusion that is kept shrouded from the public.
Everybody's your brother while they can use you. Everybody.
This is the interview I was talking about.
Everybody is your brother while they can use you.
It's your boy Luis, and this is how T-Pain exposed the music industry. Initially brought into the industry as a member of the Florida's Nappy Heads crew, T-Pain, who had been toying with music production since he was at the tender age of 10, soon realized that he was going to get lost in the shuffle of an endless array of local MCs. Realizing that he wanted to be a singer instead of a rapper because everybody in Tallahassee was rapping, T-Pain's life forever altered its course the day that he heard one studio tool that he'd become the king of.
It was Jennifer Lopez. J-Lo. It was the Dark Tower remix of If You Had My Love, and I heard she used it for like 2 seconds. That's exactly what I want to sound like. And I went on like a 1.5 year search for it. I didn't know what it was called, and then I walked right up on it. Goddamn auto-tune.
Once it was heard on his debut single, I'm Sprung, the robotic vocals that he incorporated.
Oh, ski! What a banger! Yo! What a banger! Craziness. This guy's actually, bro, you got too many hits, you know? You're mad.
Incorporated into his music became a staple of what was then the hip-hop and R&B landscape. However, there was a misconception that Pain used it as a crutch to make up for his lack of vocal talent, when in fact he enlisted it as a stylistic element to his music, and would prove it years later when he finally unveiled his real voice in all its glory on The Masked Singer. But long before he was capable of proving that, T-Pain was the poster boy for a sound that received a potent mixture of love and hate from fans and other musicians alike. And without realizing it, this would be the first way that T-Pain would expose the fickle nature of the recording companies and consumers. Because once his style became trendy, everyone wanted a piece. While he was the first one to really place it at the forefront of his music, Many people were skeptical if the sound on his debut album, Rapper Turned Singer, was essentially just a novelty. Think how most people see the squeak rap of 645 AR today.
Yo, I'm gonna just skip past that, bro. 'Cause I'm not trying to get him a copyright. What? Broski, that guy, yeah, when that guy first came with the internet, bro, doing this thing, I was thinking in my head, bro, what are we actually doing right now? And you know what it is, yeah? People are starting to understand the formula. I did a video the other day when I was reacting to Ray Daniels, his artist, right, or his songwriter, who's Teron Thomas. And with T-Ron, right, he was literally just saying, bearing in mind, this guy's one of the biggest songwriters in the entire world, bro. He did APT, bro. That tune. So, bro, this guy is a legend. Let's just call a spade a spade. He then goes on to basically say that, bro, the only way for you to really make it, bro, is if you either have, number one, a sick, amazing song, you know, that everyone all agrees that this is a banger, or if you want to get another cheat code moment where people are going to talk about it, it has to be a trash song. Like, trash to the point of that guy over there that's like, let's squeak in his voice. Because when you deep it, if a song is okay or is like decent, you hear it once and that's it. You just hear it once. You might add it to your playlist, but you're going to forget that it's even there. Whereas with a trash song, you're going to basically look at it and keep on engaging with it and probably comment, probably laugh at it, probably share it with a friend and be like, oh, look at this. And you're going to want to tune in to basically see what is the artist basically going to do. Do you know what I mean? Now, we're not saying be completely shit. Like, just have an element of, you know, like, for example, the T-Pain song, right, I'm Sprung. In my opinion, that's an excellent song. We call it excellent song right now. But it literally says in this video how, for example, people didn't really take it serious. They thought it was shit. So technically speaking, that theory kind of it plays out and it makes sense, you know? Or, again, like I said, you have a smash hit and then you basically do your thing, right? So it's crazy, man. Bro, they keep on doing T-Pain dirty, bro. It's ridiculous.
Expect with making it acceptable. And in Payne's view, the sense of someone else having to take what he does and make it cool has been a recurring trend in his career.
Was there any resistance?
Oh, that's all it was. It was only resistance. Until somebody cool did it. Who did that? Who made it cool? Snoop. Snoop did it. Then it was totally fine. Everybody was like, you know, okay, I guess we can listen to it.
Isn't that funny, man? How, like, you look at something back and, like, today no one would believe that you went through resistance.
Yeah.
But at the time, I remember that. It was nuts.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I just went through it again. I did a hook in 2014. Erica Banks picked up the hook in 2020, it had to be, or 2019 or 2020. She put the song out, Erica Banks, T-Pain. Not really anybody paid attention to it. Glorilla just found the same hook.
The one that I'm hearing right now?
The one that you're hearing right now. She just found it this year, and it's a smash. Same hook, same beat, nothing different, just Glorilla instead of Erica Banks.
Yeah.
One's more popular.
We're big Glorilla fans.
So it's incredible.
And that's the game, bro. That's the game. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. That's the reason why I always tell artists, especially that I work with, that, bro, you got to make as many songs as possible and treat this game as a probability game because, bro, out of the 100 songs you make, if you even get up to that, I recommend artists should, but if you even get up to it, bro, you need to actually realize that, fam, only 2 or 3 are really going to be the smashes that's really going to pay for the rest of your life. Everything else is like the fillers and the ones that are fan favorites, etc. And you basically just put here and there. And of course, it's okay to aim for higher, but typically that's just what it is. When Michael Jackson was looking to make the Thriller album, for example, what did he do? The guy just decided, okay, cool, we're gonna, and this is a decision that they made with Quincy Jones as well. They decided, okay, cool, we're gonna make as many songs as possible. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was in the tunes of hundreds though. Make us, like, let's say 100 songs. We then refined the 100 songs into the best out of the 100. I think they were left with like 25 or so, and I think they refined it again, and that's what was the Thriller album that we eventually got. Did you get it? So that's part of the game, bro. And another thing I wanted to say is that, bro, people are fickle, man. The moment you realize people are fickle is the moment that you just do whatever you need to do. Do you get it? Like, people will say things aren't cool, things aren't trendy, etc. All of a sudden, when their favorite artist or their favorite comedian or their favorite actor, whatever, says, oh yeah, it's cool, then, bro, all of a sudden, everyone says it's cool. Makes no sense. I feel like that was a similar effect that 21 Savage was looking to basically get when he did the F the Streets movement. But the backlash he's getting, I've already made a video on it. I don't want to go into it again, but the backlash he's getting, in my opinion, is very, very reasonable because, bro, like, you're not coming from a place of, oh, like, I'm supporting the guys and now because I'm pouring money into my community, into my hood, I can now say F the streets because I've gone out of my way to provide opportunities. No, like, you didn't say that. You just said F the streets. It's not cool anymore. And the reason why they did it, 6ix9ine put it perfectly, bro, is because it finally became okay to be, say, a rat or like a snitch. Do you know what I mean? When 6ix9ine did it, snitch. When Gunna did it, people were like, some people turned against him, some people didn't. When Young Thug did it, all of a sudden the conversation literally just went out because everyone respects Young Thug. Do you get it? So the same thing happens when it came to the auto-tune thing, man. But T-Pain, bro, he needs more love, bro.
Sure enough, the auto-tune sound was widely adopted in the aftermath of Snoop's Sensual Seduction, and people were suddenly banging on T-Pain's door for assistance. But if he thought this was the fast track to love and appreciation from his fellow artists, then Teddy Boy was in for a rude awakening that would be a sign of the uphill battles he'd face much of his career. Following the success of his original trilogy of albums, Kanye West became infatuated with the auto-tune sound, and he quickly enlisted the help of its master to bring the sound to life. I co-signed his whole album. I just flew in last night from Hawaii, working. T-Pain told MTV on the set of Sierra's Go Girl video, his whole album is crazy, and is definitely a different kind of Kanye. As far as Love Lockdown goes, he did that whole thing himself. He just had me in mind. 808s is really all Kanye. I'm just here to keep it from sounding adult contemporary. But even though Kanye actively called upon T-Pain for help, that didn't mean he had to respect him. And as he recalled, Ye was dissing him during the recording process.
There was many times when I was working on 808s and Heartbreaks with him, he came up with this song for me, and it wasn't a good song. It was basically describing how whack my ideas was that I was coming up with, and he made everybody in the studio join in with him to sing the song like T-Pain shit is weak. Like, it was real, like, it was actually pretty lyrical. I actually thought he should have put that on the record at some point. But, you know, it would have been a diss record, so I thought that was pretty fucked up. But, I mean, it was fun until that song started happening.
Soon after, 808s and Heartbreak would push autotune to a level of mainstream popularity that it never had reached before. And as the sound exploded, demand for T-Pain's approach increased just as quickly. That surge translated into an overwhelming number of feature requests. While features can be beneficial, T-Pain later explained that they also come with trade-offs. In an interview with The Fader, he broke down how collaborating often requires sacrificing parts of your own identity in order to fit someone else's record. As he put it, when I get on a song with somebody else, it's not the T-Pain that you would hear by myself. For him, features weren't about repeating the same formula, but about adapting to someone else's creative space. He then explained that this constant adjustment is what makes features challenging and why many artists struggle with them. When you get pigeonholed into a certain style, it lessens your ability to do features. He said, adding that artists who refuse to change or conform often find their opportunities limited.
By the way, yeah, this style that he used to do right here, yeah, where he was wearing all these type of like things, you know what I mean? Like the purple thing. Where is it? Anyways, you guys saw it anyways, yeah? But where he's wearing like the purple kind of hats and yeah, I think now it's so cool. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you can't pull that off right now because, bro, people call you corny, you know what I mean? But in terms of what he was trying to do back then and what he looked to achieve, bro, is real. And the thing that people don't really realize in the game, right, in the industry is that, broski, like, an artist like T-Pain, he doesn't actually get the credit that he really deserves. I think the closest artist that we have to T-Pain, right, and you lot might butcher me in the comments for actually saying this, but who knows, let me know, is someone like Tory Lanez. I think that with Tory Lanez, yeah, he's as equally talented as someone like T-Pain, where he's able to produce, he's able to songwrite, he's able to sing, he's able to rap as well if he wants to, he's able to also sing without autotune and with autotune live, one takes, etc. He's overall creative, yeah, both of them. I think one thing that T-Pain did was that he was a nice guy for a very, very long period of time, up until obviously now that he's exposing the industry and showing it for what it truly is. On the opposite hand, Tory, he was on the vibe of like, you know what, F these guys, I'm literally just going to come through and obviously do my thing. And they hated him for it, but he eventually became successful for doing so. The only mistake, again, is the Megan situation, but I'm not getting into that today. You feel me? outside of that, what he's saying when it comes to adapting to people and adapting to artists, etc. Yes, it's okay to be in features, etc. But at what cost? Because inherently, you can see that T-Pain, he likes his music a certain type of way. He's more so R&B, he's more so into that. But a lot of the hip-hop lot wanted him. So he now had to adapt that type of style and become a whole different character. And the thing is that people don't really realize is that, bro, for him to be able to have executed that many hooks for different type of artists and fit into different type of pockets, it is mind-boggling why people do not respect the guy for what he has to do and what he has to say. It makes zero sense. And I think the last thing I'll say as well is that the whole, Kanye 808s and heartbreaks, etc. Like, technically speaking, people don't realize that someone like Kanye, right? I love Kanye. I don't care what anyone says. I love Kanye. Someone like Kanye, it has such a legacy that, again, he's inspired people like Drake. And as a result, from the Drakes, we now get like not directly, but you can see the influence and people now find it cool to be in a certain type of pocket. We now had, the influences of the Toronto Sun, the Weeknd's coming out. Weeknd is like one of the biggest artists that we have in the world right now. Outside of that, we now had the next generation of like the outside, you could also say like, for example, Lil Wayne is also a part of that as well, because he inspired Drake. So we could say, from basically what I'm trying to say anyways, is that from Kanye plus, again, that Lil Wayne type of era, we had two versions of artists coming out. We had the Travis Scotts, that, the punk kids and the, all them type of people, the Playboy Cartis, etc. coming from that. And then on the opposite side, we had the Drakes, etc., the Weeknds, etc., the Nicki Minaj, etc., coming from that. But technically speaking, my main point is, because I know I've waffled right now, is that, look, T-Pain kind of inspired those two pivotal artists. I don't know about Lil Wayne. I need to look into it a tiny bit more. But in terms of Kanye, 1,000%. And the reason why I even brought Lil Wayne into it is because Drake says that, bro, he was also inspired by Kanye alongside Lil Wayne. That's the only reason. But you get what I'm saying, and hopefully you get what I'm saying anyways, my people. Then I don't know what for too long. Anyways, if you enjoy any of my commentary and you want more videos like this, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to also subscribe, because we're looking to grow the channel all the way to the moon. The channel's growing rapidly. Thank you guys every single time, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to watch the next video that YouTube recommend you, because I got a bunch of game on this channel and a bunch of entertainment for you guys as well. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.